Hey guys, this is Cashin with Cavaliere, episode 4. This is all about commitments. The big reason I wanted to talk about this is because I constantly hear people saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the third, I'm going to get this started today, I'm going to do this tomorrow, this is all coming together, I'm going to start making huge changes in my life. And then a week goes by and nothing's changed. Not a step's been made, nothing, just the words that came out of their mouth that day. And a huge thing that I really have found is that this happens everywhere. This happens with everybody. At some point in our time, we've all said this. Even the most successful people out there have said that they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and at some point they didn't do it. With that being said, it's very important to make sure that we're really taking responsibility in our life to make sure that we're being conscious of what we're putting into our own mind. Our mind is the most important tool we have, and the main reason is that I think that our mind is so important is because we don't know how to control our mind. So with that being said, if you keep doing things and you keep saying things to your mind's interpreting these things into that format and nothing's being done about it. So what's happening is that you're subconsciously, you're telling yourself that these things don't matter. So is it affecting other people? Not so much. When you tell someone that your dream is to be an actor, and a year later or 3 months later you see that person and like, oh man, how's the acting thing going? It sounded wicked good. You were talking to me, you said you found some auditions. Yeah, I went on the audition and then it didn't work out, and I haven't really found anything else ever since. I haven't really been looking that much. It really discouraged me. Cool. Well, you gave them the opportunity to talk you up, but it didn't affect them. They're like, oh shit, that sucks. It's kind of a bummer this guy isn't really doing anything with it. It sounded like he really had a lot going for himself. It's not going to change their life. It's going to be dope to say that, oh, I knew this guy. He was telling me about how he wanted to be an actor. 4 years later, I'm here watching him on TV. He's on a movie, this, that, and the third. Those things are all great, but it's not going to fundamentally affect anybody else. Now, of course, if you were to tell a story, if you were to think about a time where you said you were going to do something for somebody else, or someone said that they were going to do something for you, and didn't get done. This is a different story. Now, this is going to fundamentally affect that other person, or it's going to fundamentally affect you. Whether it was small or big, whatever it may have been, it's going to disallow you to really have that, whatever it was, get done for you. Whatever you waited to get done, that's now time lost for you in that format. But when it's your dreams, when it's your passions, that's not going to affect anybody else. Now, of course, your brain's extremely powerful, so this can bounce back. Think about times where you've told a story and it was so vivid, it was like you were reliving the instance there yet again. Now think about a time where you told a story that was slightly not exactly true. A little exaggerated here and there, a little exaggerated there and there. If you were to do this and tell that exact same exaggerated story for a month, maybe 2 months, a month and a half, if you kept telling that story, as you kept saying it, there'd be part of your brain going, I don't remember that going down like that. As you're telling the story, you don't admit it, but you keep telling the story, you keep telling the story. As that story keeps being told, your brain now no longer sees it in any other format other than the way that you've been telling it. And the reason why this is so important, because this goes to show you exactly what your mind controls beyond your own control, beyond your own thought process at the end of the day. And one of the big things that we need to do is we need to make sure that we're being conscious of this. We're making commitments. We're saying that we can do something. And then when we don't, whether it was because you got sick, someone in the family had something go down and you had to go, and it just took so much time out of your schedule. Well, guess what? You said that you were going to do something, didn't you? Does that mean you're going to have to stay up a couple hours late to get it done? Does that mean you're going to have to wake up earlier to get it done? I know we've all gone to school before in our past. I'm sure there's a couple of you who are watching this that didn't do your homework on Friday nights, said you're going to do it on Saturday, or said you're going to do it on Sunday. Grandma came to town and you had to look after her and keep her busy and keep her occupied. Something came up, and then Monday morning came around. You're sitting on the bus, or you're sitting in the car with mom or dad, and here you are freaking out. I gotta do my homework, I never do my homework. And do you get all of it right? Some of us didn't get graded on our homework, just got graded on it being done, but at the end of the day, what would that Monday have been like? Nice, relaxing, maybe even got a little nap in on the way to school, would have been nice, perfect. But at the end of the day, you wasted that time. Now you have to deal with those consequences. Maybe it's not gonna count because you didn't even get it done on Monday. So maybe now you're gonna have to spend 2 weeks of the last for your final to do all this extra credit on top of studying for the midterms or the finals to have to do it. These are unnecessary. You made a commitment to yourself. This means you have to do it. You didn't want to do homework. Well, that's not a great one for commitment. But you made a commitment to go to college. You need to do your homework. You need to get stuff done. So with that being said, when you're going around and you're making these commitments to yourself or you're saying these things, they're being put into stone in your mind. And we need to make sure that we're able to keep that live and make sure that we're able to hone that into ourselves and make sure that we're bringing that into reality. On a day-to-day basis, we need to subconsciously train ourselves to make sure that not only are the words that are being put into stone, they're being acted upon and accomplished. You have the ability to do this. If you didn't, you wouldn't have told yourself you were going to do it. You would have said it as soon as it popped into your mind, you said you wanted to do it, subconsciously you'd be like, I don't know if I can really do that. And right on there, guess what? Your mind doesn't really think you can do that, which means you're probably not going to push yourself for it. Now, a lot of the times, most people that are the biggest influences in our lives are the people that tell us we can't do things. I know that's a big reason why I've done a lot of things, because people told me I couldn't be successful at that, I couldn't do this, couldn't do that because of what I did and what I have behind my background. None of that matters. None of that's important. That's all fuel to drive you forward. What matters is what you believe. What matters is what you tell yourself you can and cannot do. Now, studies actually show that when you tell yourself something, when you say that you're going to do something or you put something in front of your mind, you have a limited amount of time before that's no longer important, it's no longer what you want to do, or now there's something more important. We've all had this happen, where time's gone by, something else popped up. Uh-oh, this deadline's a lot quicker. I need to get this done faster. I have another week on top. I'll finish that at the end. Whew. Another thing popped up. Now I have no time to finish what my original project, commitment, job, or whatever it may have been was. So now where are we? Now we're gonna have to fail at one thing in order to succeed at two things, or we're gonna have to fail at two things to succeed at one thing. So at the end of the day, let's stop hurting our mind. Let's start helping ourselves. So the next time you make a commitment to yourself, don't wait, don't procrastinate. Get it done right away. Make that something that you tell yourself that you need to do. Make that be something that needs to get done. Make that be a priority at that moment. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start working on it today. Even if you're not putting it directly onto paper at the moment, you're using your mind, you're putting that into the file cabinet of your mind, which allows us to move forward, which allows us to make that progress that needs to be made at the end of the day. Now, of course, like I said earlier, you already told yourself you needed to do a job. This prepared your mind to take that task on. So now all you have to do is take that action, keep pushing forward. You may not get it done right away. You may get so into the moment that you finish a month's project in a week or a week's project in a day just because you did absolutely nothing but dive yourself into it because you knew that it was just needed to get done. And as soon as you got into it, your mind went and you just kept going and nothing else mattered in the world. You were in the moment, got it done. Whatever it may be, at the end of the day, you're getting it done. One of two things is gonna happen. It's gonna get done or it's not. Does not getting it done help you in any way other than hurt you? No. So why not do it? At the end of the day, we need to tap into the untapped potential by doing what we said we could do. Before you know it, you're doing the things that you didn't think you could do. This is Cash with Cavaliere, Season 1, Episode 4, all about commitments.
Cash with Cavaliere.